Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a warm welcome to Nandanavanam. Today I'm looking forward to the most exciting harvest of the season in Nandanavanam. I've been waiting eagerly, desperately, and truth be told, anxiously for today. I will dedicate this episode to watermelon. Let's talk about how to plant, grow, and care for the watermelon plant, and finally get to harvesting a watermelon. And then there is some bonus surprise for you at the end of the episode on what kind of watermelon are we harvesting. Without further ado, let's kick it off.
Mouse, a quarter-grown watermelon, and a boy. That's how my story rolls with watermelon. Don't bother about planting those seeds, they won't grow anyway here. More than 25 years ago, I defied this conventional wisdom that was passed on to me and took the brave step of planting a watermelon seed. And I ended up devastated and heartbroken for a long time. Why? The seed sprouted, and so did my dream that I would see a melon one day. I kept nurturing it until one day, the mouse, it showed up and killed the plant and the melon, of course. Boy, that was painful. And I didn't dare to touch the melon seed again. Oh man, until now. On that note, if you're new here, welcome to our channel Nandanavanam. My name is Pavan and I love to garden and share my experiences and joy with aspiring gardeners. Follow along for great gardening tips, interesting harvest videos, and yum recipes with homegrown food. My motto is natural food and healthy self. I made up my mind to plant watermelon seeds this year. When should I do it? Or when should you do it if that's what you plan to do? I recommend waiting at least 2 to 3 weeks after the last frost in your region to sow the watermelon seeds. If possible, I also recommend to turn up the topsoil and give it a mix and spread any leaf mulch that you might have created from last fall as the top layer. I think you should do it at least a few weeks ahead of sowing the seeds. And once the soil temperature in your raised bed or container, wherever you are planning to plant, is at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius, you are all set to sow. Okay, so we've learned when to plant. Now let's find out how deep to plant them and what is the right way to space them. Plant your seeds at least 1 to 1.5 inches deep, and if possible, if you have space, make sure you are planting each seed 2 to 3 feet apart. Of course, I'm not following that advice myself as I'm planting them in a container. So I've planted my seeds 8 inches apart from each other. So 1 to 1.5 inch deep, and then I've spaced them out 8 inches from each other. You can try it out. If you have more space, keep it 2 to 3 feet apart. If not, go with 8 inches. It worked just fine for me by planting them 8 inches apart. Like with any seed, right after you sow the watermelon seed, make sure to give it ample water. That will give a lot of moist environment and encourages the seed to germinate and start sprouting. I continue to water them daily, at least once every day in the evening, and in exactly 10 days, I've seen the first seedling in both the containers in which I've sowed the seeds. Oh my god, it was such a happy moment for me to see them sprout back to life. Not all your seedlings may start sprouting at the same time. Don't bother about it. Just keep watering them. And for me, they came back maybe within a week. In both the containers, all of them started coming to life. And in about 6 weeks from planting them, this is how they turned out to be. These leaves, they look similar to papaya leaves to me. What do you all think? In one of my containers, not all the seedlings were growing equally well, so I decided to transplant one of them into my raised bed. That is very easy to transplant and it went on to produce fruits. So please try it out if you are seeing any growth issues in your seedlings. Here is the spot I picked to transplant. Let me start digging. Oh my god, another one. Ah, I will tell you more about that story another day. For now, let's get back to digging so we can finish the transplant. Once your plant have 2 to 3 pairs of leaves, prune the most bottom pair of leaves as they are no longer relevant and is not really helping your plant. And this would be a great time to also provide organic fertilizer to your plant. If you do not have organic fertilizer, natural compost would work just fine. Whatever it is, this would be a great time. Give it to all plants in your container. 2 months after planting the seeds, here is how all the plants are doing. In my opinion, they are all thriving well. And one of them has just started to flower as well. And here is our seedling that was transplanted, which is growing well as well. You planted watermelon seed, they grew well and also started to flower, although they are not producing any fruit and you're wondering why. Well, this could happen because of many reasons, but the most common one being lack of pollination, especially if you do not have bees around your garden. I would recommend to have some plants in your garden with large bright flowers and they would attract bees. Although it might take a while, so you want to try hand pollinating your watermelon flowers in the meanwhile. Still no results? Oh, wait a second. Did you know there is such a thing called male and female flowers in your watermelon plant? Yeah, there is such a thing called male and female flowers. So of course you need to know how to differentiate between these and pollinate the female watermelon flowers. That's the only way to produce fruit. So here is how to identify them. Male flowers typically have long stalk while the female flowers have short stalk and also have this bulb right under the flower petals. This bulb is the budding or immature fruit. When pollination occurs, this is what turns into a watermelon. It is not common to see both male and female flowers in all plants, but you will see them in pumpkins, melons, squash, cucumbers, zucchini, etc. Now you know how to identify a female watermelon flower. So spot them in your garden, hand pollinate them, give them compost, give them a lot of water, kick back and wait for the fruit to grow back. Oh, what fun it is to experience nature and to share these science lessons with your kids in your own backyard. Gardening is fun in ways beyond one. This is how the melons turned out after successful pollination. Well, not me, it was the bees, so thank you, bees. I will let them be for now. Fast forward almost 2 months, and now I'll give you a quick tour of all the melons in my garden.
That is the smallest watermelon in our garden. That comes in as a close second and it is continuing to grow, so I'll let it grow. Then maybe not really. Actually, that's not the second. Let's get to it in a second. There you go. That is actually the second. The one that we looked at was number 3. This is number 4. That is number 5. And now finally let's look at the biggest watermelon, which is actually ready for harvest today. So that's the watermelon which we are going to harvest. And then a tip on how to identify if your watermelon is ready for harvest. You want to tap on your watermelon, and if that's the sound it produces, that's one of the tips. But then there's another easy tip. You see this? I actually don't know what this is called, but for every watermelon right around that spot, you would see that this string kind of a thing that pops out. And if you see that it's completely dried up all the way till that spot, that's what tells you that your watermelon is ready to be harvested. For example, let me show you how it looks for this one. This is clearly not the biggest watermelon and also not the one that started growing the first. Now if you see, for this string is completely green, which tells me this watermelon still have a long way to go before we can harvest. Now let me show you another one to compare. If you look at this is probably the second largest watermelon in the garden. And if I look at this one, even this has that string and that is not dry yet, which tells me that this should continue to grow before we harvest. Now let's get to
A quarter century wait time from my life is behind me. Now, finally, today I'm putting my failures and anxiousness to rest. Let's harvest the first watermelon from Nandanavanam. Let's go.
That's a huge watermelon. If you've seen my episode from last season on pumpkin, the watermelon is not as big as the pumpkin, but still it's a very big watermelon and I'm extremely happy about having this. Now it's time for me to let you in on the bonus surprise that I was talking about. Let's get indoor and show you what is the surprise that I was talking about. Let's weigh this watermelon. Almost 3 kgs. That is not the surprise. So let's see what it is. You ready? There you go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, this isn't a red watermelon, this is a orange watermelon that we have grown. So let's see. There you go. Let me call the kids and see how excited they are. Surabhi! No cheating. You should close your eyes. Okay? Ready?
Yeah.
Open. Surprise!
Oh, yummy! Watermelon.
Did you ever see this watermelon in your life?
No.
No, but it has so much seeds.
Can I eat one?
What is the color of it?
Orange.
Yeah.
I
So
want
this
to
is
eat it.
Sumki, take.
I'm gonna eat
Sumki,
the bigger.
no, you will not take the bigger one. You take this one because you can eat
Can
it
I
easily.
have that one?
Yeah. Please don't trash the seeds. We'll save the seeds, okay?
This is really yummy.
Yeah. So you want to say thanks to the watermelon plant,
Thank you, watermelon.
Thank you.
okay? How
Ten out
yummy
of
is
10.
it? Is
10
it better than the watermelon we get from the store?
Super sweet.
Is it sweet? Is it juicy? Okay. Well, we have some more so we can eat it for a few
And it
days.
has more seeds, so we
We'll
can-
grow more next year, right? Okay.
There's a seed in it. What is that seed?
I've gotten many more harvests after that first. So, what do you think? Should we believe in second or maybe third chances? I certainly will. I encourage myself, and for that matter, everyone, just never accept that you cannot try one more time. Learn where things went wrong, do it a little better, fail again, raise again. Keep going, keep doing it. You, my friend, will come out happy on the other end, if not for anything, just for trying. Gardening or life, happiness lies in knowing you gave your 100%, and when you truly give your 100%, in my experience, 8 out of 10 times, results will follow. May not be exactly how you intended. That's okay. Learn from them, make most out of those two, and you shall be a happy soul. Stay tuned to Nandanavanam and please do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so you do not miss interesting episodes. Thanks for joining with me today. Hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something while enjoying it. If you like this kind of content, do smash that thumbs up button, and by doing it, YouTube would recommend my channel and its content to more users, and this is an easy way for you to show your appreciation towards the channel. It motivates me to keep posting more such content and also helps grow our channel. Happy gardening! This is Pawan signing off until the next episode. You all have fun growing and spending time in your garden.